Chat, how's it going? I hope I managed to scare you. All right, now, if I had the microphone at the volume that it had needed to be, then maybe I would have scared you. This way didn't work. I should actually get a couple of loading screens and some background theme song. Start streaming a little bit more professionally. But anyway, right? Good evening. Welcome to the show. How's it going? If you have Discords, other people that you'd like to share this stream with, I would appreciate it. I'm going to try to farm for more subscribers and viewers especially, because I'm slacking a little bit on this channel. Unfortunately, today I don't have funny news. I have news about a shooting. It happened in the United States, and you can look at it in the way that's funny on how the vice president reacted to this. It seems that a lot of right-wingers are becoming fatigued. I really love this word because it was used by black activists to brownbeat people with white privilege. If you guys remember, 2019 era, you had like all these activists like, I'm tired. I am so tired. You know, telling men about checking their privilege. It makes me so tired, you guys. Oh, this is so tiresome. You know, like lecturing men. Oh, tired this, tired that. And that now people aren't tired. They're fatigued. So, you know, because like tired, it's like, well, if you're tired, go to bed. I'm not tired. I'm fatigued. Manly, right? Like only men get fatigued. You do a lot of exercise, you lift those weights, you become a manly man, testosterone oozes from your skin. You become one with the Tate. And then you become fatigued. So, the vice president of the United States seems to be fatigued. He basically snapped at someone. I don't even know like who these people are, man. Like, you got some weirdos on Twitter that aren't journalists. They don't have YouTube channels. They don't have Twitch channels. But they have like large communities on Twitter. And they got like millions of viewers. Like Brooklyn Dad, for instance. There's another one, Ed Krashenstein. Right? Ed Krashenstein is very funny. We're going to talk about him today. I also like the individual that JD Vance responded to. I don't know what the fuck is going on, by the way, but like, it seems that Twitter isn't loading. Like, is it down for you guys? It's like, I need Twitter to present the news. Elon, fuck are you doing? Wake up, Elon. Wake up. Okay, he woke up, see? I managed to, I managed to open it with director Kash Patel appeared on the main page. Anyway, as I was saying, someone disagreed with JD Vance, and JD Vance responded, "It's like, where was I wrong in what I said, dipshit?" So let me just find the interaction. If Twitter wants to work, I don't know what happened. Like, do they know that I'm streaming? So, like, they're sabotaging the website on purpose? Okay. So, yeah, like, there was a nice shooting. And, there is now, how should I put it? Not necessarily like a celebration. A tradition. Yes, a tradition. Deep, rooted into ritual. In the United States of America, like this is their culture now. Whenever there's a shooting, they need to blame an ideology. And every single member of that ideology is just as responsible as the shooter themselves, right? It's the moral condemnation. Like, America is obsessed with who is moral. In my opinion, it's kind of like, a child is obsessed with being an adult, right? Because he's a child and he wants to grow up, so he's obsessed with being an adult. The same way America is obsessed with morality. Like, a nation that doesn't have morality is obsessed with being seen as moral. Like, I'm sorry, it is what it is. Like, I'm looking at the Anglosphere, and I'm telling you, like, in other nations, people aren't this obsessed with trying to pose as moral. It's pathological. Obviously, not all Americans. I'm talking about the culture, the media, the academia, right? Like, everyone's like, I'm moral, you're not. This is a national sport. Anyway, right. So, it happened in like 2014 that I noticed. So I don't know if it was like before 2014, but that's when I started following politics. And you would see like a guy committing a crime, right? And most people would say, well, I mean, it was an insane individual. Like it wasn't like a group behind him. It wasn't an organization, a chain of logistics. No, it was just one guy does a crime, right? And in my country, it would be, well, I mean, he was a crazy dude. It is what it is, right? Like, it will happen. Luckily, it wasn't. It's kind of like a tree falling on a car, you know? I mean, it happens. Okay, like, someone could be seen as responsible for not noticing that the tree is about to fall, or like lightning striking into someone's house. You know, like, it's like a force of nature. Like, statistically speaking, it will happen. In America, no, it's not like that. In America, it's like, okay, but like, this person was an incel. Right, like Elliot Rodgers. We need to crack down on every single person that's an incel online. They're now a national threat. They're a danger to society. Incels. Okay. QAnon. Right, Canon. A guy walks into a pizza store with a gun. We now need to crack down on the entire internet. We need to ban every single QAnon that there is. MGTOW. MGTOW is interesting. They actually didn't do shit. Like, MGTOW never actually had anyone doing shit, but they had to crack down anyway. Like, I assume, like, they said, well, they haven't done anything, but they may just well have, right? So, like, they cracked down. And right-wingers have noticed, like, okay, well, if this is the standard, right? Whenever you have, like, a leftist doing stuff, like, if it was a Muslim, not all Muslims. Are you saying that all? Hashtag all of them, every single one. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're claiming? If you had an Antifa, what is Antifa? There is no such thing as Antifa. Antifa is a sentiment, right? Like, let's focus on stopping hate. Let's focus on cracking down on human emotion. Because, like, I don't know what Antifa is, you know? Let's crack down on white supremacy. But what is Antifa? Like, does it have any leaders? You can't crack down. So, like, every single time it was a leftist doing shit, immediately, like, no one understands who, what, where. When a right-winger does shit, it's almost as if Donald Trump himself, like, you would see an army of reporters with the microphones immediately at the throat of DeSantis. But do you disavow DeSantis? Do you disavow? Like, tell us, do you disavow DeSantis? Do you not disavow? You know, because, like, the implication is that he was in cahoots with the killer. Like, he was in cahoots. Do you disavow QAnon? Do you disavow? But, like, DeSantis, listen, look at me. Do you disavow? And now the right wing is doing exactly the same tactic. Literally the same tactic, right? And in the case of the right wing, they may actually have some points. Like, if it's a trans person that gets radicalized on Reddit, right? And you look at Reddit, and they're, like, genuinely encouraging trans people to treat misgendering as if it's a genocide. Like they're genuinely telling, oh, if they come for our pronouns, we have guns, right? Like that is genuine stochastic terrorism. Like they shoot at Donald Trump, and you go on Reddit, and you go on Blue Sky, and they were cheering and celebrating and, like, demanding, why did the shooter miss? Blah 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 blah. Right? I mean, you can't for a decade run a psyop in order to convince people that stochastic terrorism is a thing. And then when it finally happens that your group, which you didn't police at all, is completely unhinged, demented, and radical, and you have, like, members from your group doing that shit, and now right-wingers are like, well, okay, I mean, you set the rules, you set the standards, so you're responsible. Zlixian Doppelganger. I freely admit to being evil. You're a Nazi. Kaibar Barbecue. Thank you for the $10. I went home early today. I went halfway blind. What do you mean you went halfway blind? What? Oh, yeah, because it's dark, right? So, like, yeah. But anyway, right. Moving back to this. So, you got a very interesting event happening. Let me see if I can find the JD Vance thing. Here we go. So there was a shooting at an ICE facility. I immediately, like left-wing people, a straight white man, straight white man, straight white man, straight white man. It's not an ideology, dipshit. Right? Like if your dad shoots someone, I'm not going to blame you because I'm not a moron. Like I'm just saying, right? Like, do we apply this logic? Like if it's a straight white man, then that means that if your father commits a crime, you should also be arrested, right? Because like the genealogy is a lot more close in that situation. I'm just saying, right? Like if we're going by blood guilt, then when the blood is thicker, you would assume that you too should be punished. Or if your son, right? Your son commits a crime, you and your wife should also be in prison, right? Straight white man, straight white man, blah, blah, blah. It's like 2020 cold, and it wants its rhetoric back. We moved on from that type of conversation. And so, JD Vance is basically, like when I saw the shooting, I thought there's two possibilities, okay? Because you see, like, I'm more open-minded than prone to critical thinking. I wouldn't just say, oh, it's necessarily an anti-ICE guy. Could have been a Mexican hit. You know, like, it is a possibility, sure. That, like, would it be a right-winger? Extremely unlikely. Not impossible. I mean, you know, it is in the realm of possibility. But, like, usually you think, when you see a crime, you start to wonder, like, what could it possibly be? And it's not like the gender or the race that matters. Although, like, in some situations, yeah, like, you kind of can guess the race and the gender based on the nature of the crime. Sure. But, like, if you see a drive-by shooting in a marginalized neighborhood, right, you can safely assume, I mean, you're not going to be 100% sure, but, like, you can safely assume that it is gang-related. Right? Like, does that make sense? If you hear about a shooting, about a political person, then you can assume that either it's an extremist from that side, or it's the other side, right? But you can assume it's for political reasons. Like, politicians don't get shot for non-political reasons. I mean, it can happen, you know, like a politician is at home, and the crime is that bad that even at the politician's home, it's getting worse. And, like, you have a drive-by shooting and they get hit by a stray bullet. Okay, fine, it can happen. But, like, unlikely. This is called critical thinking. This is called, like, seeing patterns, filtering it through your brain. And it doesn't mean that the answer you're going to arrive at is always the correct one. Right? Like, the moment... like let's say I assume now that this was a Mexican cartel hit. Okay, like, that's my assumption. It's in my head. But, like, the moment I hear contradictory information, like, the moment the FBI says, no, this wasn't the Mexican cartel hit, this was, like, this guy doing it, I'm like, oh, okay. And I change my mind about it, right? This is also part of critical thinking, being able to change your mind when new information comes along. The left is not capable of doing this. The left always, like, presses question marks. They don't understand. It's like, what? So, as you can see here, J.D. Vance says, the obsessive attack on law enforcement, particularly ICE, must stop. I'm praying for everyone hurt. This is an attack, and for their families. Like he's not blaming the left, right? Like, he's not blaming Antifa. He's not blaming anyone. He's just saying common sense. And basically, the common sense is that, well, the attacks have to stop. Now, apparently, according to ICE spokesperson, the 3 individuals shot were ICE detainees, leaving 2 individuals dead and 1 injured. No law enforcement were injured. Yeah, but, like, this doesn't mean anything. Like, the shooter can have bad aim. Right? Like, when you shoot from a distance into a crowd, leftists, it is possible for the person to miss. If the person misses, we're not into a Japanese RPG game and the word miss appears, the bullet still travels. It still has a trajectory. It can still hit other people. So, Jean Fraveux says the vice president is not a reliable source of information. This is now the 5th or 6th time he's posted a political take contradictory by facts by all law enforcement agencies. And so, like, J.D. Vance responds, the gunman had anti-ICE messaging carved on the bullet he used. What precisely did I get wrong, dipshit? Well, I mean, look. He may be an anti-ICE guy, and he may have that, but, like, if he misses, he becomes right-wing, right? Like, the moment you missed, he can put on the MAGA hat. And apparently, like, this is the anti-ICE messaging that was shown. I really hate, like, these types of things, because, like, I'm not there. I can't see the bullets. I don't fucking know. Did he write it? Maybe. I guess. Sure. So the anti-ICE message was anti-ICE. And then he shot detainees. Again, like, the left just doesn't understand the possibility that a person with a sniper rifle shooting into a crowd can accidentally miss or shoot someone else. Now, again, it is possible that maybe he's a, like, we don't know yet. I don't know if they caught the guy. Maybe he is with the Mexican cartel. Maybe it was a hit on someone and they wanted to make it look like it's anti-ICE so it's not gang related. I don't fucking know. But, like, the very fact that they're not even entertaining the concept, they're not even thinking of the possibility. Yeah, like, the guy missed. This is why, like, when you shoot into a crowd, you're endangering the crowd, right? Reject protectionism. Arm yourself, America. Thank you, Lizon Rune, for the $2. $2 for Nightmare. I'm a danger to society because girls don't like me. Well, yeah. It says under my stream, YouTube featured. What? I'm getting people from... No. Go away. Like, unless you know who I am, this stream is dangerous for you. He's using a very old rifle. I mean, I don't know. Let's see what he says, right? Like, we got Foxy News here. And Foxy News says, anti-ICE messages found on shooter rounds in deadly attack on Dallas ICE facility. At least 3 people were shot, 2 of whom were killed. The FBI says it is investigating the incident as a targeted attack against ICE, and multiple sources familiar with the investigation have identified the alleged shooter as 29-year-old Joshua John. Oh, so, like, it turns out that the vice president wasn't bullshitting, right? I mean, if the FBI is actually investigating as an attack against ICE, and you have the bullets that says anti-ICE, and the vice president is saying this, I left it out. No, false information. Fact checkers, where are you? Grok, is this true? They stopped asking Grok, is this true? Did you notice that leftists don't ask Grok, is this true anymore? Because, like, every single time they were asking, they got BTFO. Like, that's the most hilarious shit that you can find on Twitter right now. It's like people asking the bot, is this true? And the bot tells you, yeah. It is. The shooting reported occurred as ICE officers were transferring detainees in the facility. The shooter died due to a self-inflicted wound shortly after the attack. I mean, if the shooter actually wanted to shoot ICE agents and he missed, and he shot actual asylum seekers, I can assume he was a little bit upset with himself. Put yourself in the shooter's shoes, right? Like, let's have some empathy. How does the left call it? Empathy, right? You're a deranged psychopath, high on hormones, with an unjustifiable, unreasonable seeming hatred towards law officers, right? And you decide to take the gun, and you point the gun towards the crowd of people. There's some officers there, and you shoot, and you miss. And for some goddamn reason, you shoot again, and you also miss. And then you shoot one more time, and you hit 3 of the people that you wanted to save. I would assume that at that point, the individual may be a little bit upset. And unlike video games, there's no load button, right? Like, he has to live with the consequences of his actions. And so maybe this is why the last bullet seems to have been for him. These despicable, politically motivated attacks against law enforcement are not a one-off. We're only miles away from Prairie Land, Texas, where just 2 months ago an individual ambushed a separatist facility. Well, I mean, this is what happens when you ban anime. It makes people insane, you know? Like, you got the weebs out on the streets now. Like, when they were watching anime and they were hypnotized at their TV, they weren't doing jack shit. maybe I shouldn't make these jokes. I feel like Destiny now. Like Destiny actually went through my head. Imagine Destiny making these awful jokes at a time like that. But yeah, no. All jokes aside, though, how many anti-ICE rhetoric does the left have? Right? Like, if right-wingers, like, let's say right-wingers would have had the same rhetoric against, I don't fucking know, judges, right? And you have, like, judges being shot at and shit. What do you think would happen with those right-wingers? Like, they would immediately be investigated. The banks would shut down their credit cards. They would be deplatformed from everywhere. And then they would get arrested. Right? And when the same thing is going to happen to the left, like, literally the same thing is going to happen now, for some reason, no, wait, no, not fair, okay. The Dallas Police Department source told Fox News that the shooting occurred at roughly 6:30 a.m. local time. They say no law enforcement officers were injured, but that the 3 detainees were shot and 2 were killed. To be honest, I do feel bad for the detainees. I know a lot of people don't, but, like, imagine you're in handcuffs, right? You're being detained, and then you're shot like an ant. That's not justice. That's not the law. I understand that, like, maybe they're bad people, because usually, like, the ones that are getting deported are also because they committed other crimes. But still, I'm not for cruel and unjust punishment, right? Like, anyway, authorities say that the shooter opened fire when the sally port of the facility was open during the transfer, attempting to force his way in. Oh, so, like, he opened fire in a crowd, and apparently he missed, and he hit 3 people. And then, noticing what happened, he shot himself. How is J.D. Vance wrong? Like, why would this action not be performed by someone that is anti-ICE? Like, at what point would you say, no, wait, hold on, that's not what an anti-ICE guy would do? The obsessive attack on law enforcement, particularly ICE, must stop. I'm praying for everyone hurt in this attack and for their families, says Vice President J.D. Vance. Last week, we were told that right-wingers would not pray for immigrants. J.D. Vance is praying for them and their family. There you go. Instead of being happy, it's like, yes, okay, we obtained what we wanted. We wanted the right-wingers to pray. But you got the vice president praying. Not enough. DHA spokeswoman noted during an appearance on Fox News that it was just a month ago that there was a viable bomb threat. So this location, it looks like it's being targeted, and we don't know how long this individual has been planning the act. It looks like he could have been watching to look at the processing and see what's happening on a day-to-day basis. I would still not rule out the possibility that either, like, they wanted to get someone free in particular, like if it's during the prisoner transfer, right? Or maybe it's just an insane individual that missed. What do you think, chat? What do you think caused it? The guy's profile pic says everything about his political beliefs. Did they not remove the profile yet? Because, like, this is another thing that I hate about the media. Immediately when there's a shooting, they remove all of the social media. Like, they completely delete everything. I don't know why. Like, allegedly, it's so that you don't get any copycat killers. Do you get copycat killers? Like, is that a thing? Right? Like, I see that it's a thing in the movies and in the TV shows. But is it like a thing in real life? I think it's more interesting to analyze and see for myself, like, what exactly did this person do in order to understand what can radicalize someone. Like, if I see a pattern, I'm really good at spotting patterns. If I see a pattern between killers, and then I notice that my son goes online, I can be more careful, making sure that he doesn't go on pedo sky, like... Probably an insane lefty, yeah. Is it a thing, though? Like, how often? How often does it happen to justify completely nuking the social media accounts. Profile has been deleted, but the people have managed to get pictures. I see. Absolutely is, but deleting their social media accounts wouldn't change anything. It's just an excuse. I think you're right. Like, even if it's a thing, yeah, you probably have a point. Like, even if it's a thing, like, deleting their social media account doesn't necessarily do much. Be careful seeing patterns with Israel. I see patterns with everything, including Israel. By the way, speaking of Israel, did you notice that, what was it? The French president and the British president, within a couple of days, just recognized Palestine as a state? And I'm thinking, like, okay, so are they going to put up embassies there? Like, what? Why would you recognize Palestine? Like, what do you gain by recognizing Palestine as a state, right? And then it came to me. I don't know if I'm right or not. We'll see. But if you recognize them as a state, it means you can take refugees from them. So now, like, legally speaking, Britain and France can actually take refugees from Palestine. We'll see what happens. Yeah, basically it's around the world, right? Like, okay, so what are they going to do? Are they going to go help them? Are they going to put boots on the ground? Are they going... No. Now, the funny thing is that the day after that Keir Starmer recognized Palestine as a state, I think it was the leader, the president of Palestine itself, wanted to sue the United Kingdom for, I think, like, damages during the occupation. And I was like, well, that's a nice play, you know, biting the hand that feeds you makes sense. But the reality is that the British Empire actually solved the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Because a lot of people is like, well, how do we solve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict? A two-state solution, a one-state solution. No, the British Empire. Do you know they were like Israeli terrorists? Well, not Israeli terrorists. I think like they were called Zionists or like Jewish terrorists. Like, how do you call them? But they would put bombs in the British Empire back in the day. Like, you can Google it. There's a lot of terrorist attack based on that, right? Specifically because they want to free the Israeli state from British Empire occupation. Not many people don't know that history, but it's true. Actually, let me see if I can find it. Let me search for it. So, Jewish terrorist attacks, British Empire. Oh yeah, there's an entire Wikipedia page on it. Jewish terrorism under British mandate. You can find it on Google. The King David Hotel bombing. Look at this. I'm surprised like how many people don't know of these things. The King David Hotel bombing. When did it happen? 1946. British administrative headquarters for Mandatory Palestine, housed in the southern wing of King David Hotel in Jerusalem, were bombed in a terrorist attack by the militant right-wing Zionist underground organization Irgun during the Jewish insurgency. 91 people of various nationalities were killed, including Arabs, Britons, and Jews. And 46 were injured. The hotel was the site center for the offices of the British Mandatory Authorities of Palestine, principally the Secretariat of the Government, blah, 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 right? So, one of the reasons that the British Empire released the land is because shit like this. Like, it was costly to maintain it. But while it maintained it, there was no problem between Palestinians and Jewish people. It was like, I'm just saying, you know, like, if you want a solution, bring back the empire. The British mandate referred to the mandate to provide humanitarian services as by the League of Nations. It was not a country and was not British Empire, Commonwealth nation either. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. But why does it have the British flag then? Huh? Right, King David Hotel. Blah, 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 blah. It doesn't give me any additional information. Anyway, right. Let's look at something else. Let's look at the big pharma industry. Trump released something which upset a lot of people, especially doctors that I know. The Tylenol problem, right? So apparently he went and he said that Tylenol can cause problems in pregnancies, and Tylenol can cause autism. But before we go into that, let's listen to J.D. Vance. Apparently, he just had, like, literally a couple of minutes ago, he just had a conference. So let's see what he said.
Because here's what happened. On order, and I think that is the most disgusting thing. The very people thing. Order. And I think that is the most disgusting thing. The very people who keep us safe ought to be honored and protected and praised by Democrats and Republicans alike. It is time to stop the rhetorical assault on law enforcement. Because here's what happens. Because here's what happens when Democrats like Gavin Newsom did say that these people are part of an authoritarian government. When the left-wing media lies about what they're doing, when they lie about who they're arresting, when they lie about the actual job of law enforcement, what they're doing is encouraging crazy people to go and commit violence. You don't have to agree with my immigration policies. You don't have to agree with Donald Trump's immigration policies. But if your political rhetoric encourages violence against our law enforcement, you can go straight to hell, and you have no place in the political conversation of the United States of America.
Did he just send Gavin Newsom to hell?
Order.
Is this what I need to take from this? Like, he looked at Gavin Newsom and said, Gavin, go to hell. Large doses of Tylenol can cause liver damage. Yes, which is very interesting, because, like, a lot of pregnant women, for some reason, like here's where I'm wondering about critical thinking, right? It's almost like religious for a lot of people. So Trump comes out and he says that there are studies which shows that Tylenol can cause autism for pregnant women. And he basically says limit its use, right? Now, the statement in itself isn't incorrect, because he didn't say does cause problem, right? Like, it doesn't say it will cause problem. He says can, right? May cause problems. And I want to show you something else. Okay, like just before you can see all the media and all the doctors and all this nonsense. Right? Like I got one image here that can easily debunk everything. If I can fucking find it. But the image shows the Tylenol company itself back in 2018 saying literally this, like, if you're pregnant, we don't recommend taking Tylenol, right? Like, we don't recommend pregnant women taking our product. Where the fuck is it? Okay, hold on. I think I know where I saved it. Everything is slow today. Like, is it my internet connection, or is it just the internet as a whole? Are we experiencing another attack from Russia? I think we're experiencing another attack from Russia. Okay, I can't find the picture, but like on Twitter itself, the Tylenol company, the company producing Tylenol, the official account, basically told people, hey, if you're pregnant, don't take our medication, right? Like, it's not recommended. I'm still trying one more time to find it. If I don't find it, it is what it is. You know, it would be funny if they deleted it. Because again, here we go. Oh, found it. Okay, chat, I'm so fucking happy. See, like, all of my search wasn't for nothing. We actually don't recommend using any of our products while pregnant. Thank you for taking the time to voice your concerns today. Right? So, why is this a thing? Okay, let me explain to you as a doctor. As a doctor, I will tell you shit. Pregnant women are having... Well, pregnant women have a very difficult time. Okay? In medicine... Pregnancy is considered to be at the limit of the physiological and pathological. Like, what does this mean? Pathological means being sick. Physiological means being normal, right? So, like, they're at the limit between normalcy and pathology. They're a special condition, right? They're a special case that requires extreme consideration. Because when you have a woman that has a baby in her, all of, any type of medicine that you take can affect the baby. And especially when the baby is very immature, sorry, it's very small, like we're talking about like the first couple of weeks. Any type of medicine, like, can have severe effects. Right? Like the dosage for the mother seems small, because like she's got a big body. But when the baby is like the size of a clump of cells or starts growing a little bit, the same dosage is insane. And so, a wide variety of pills are not recommended. Like, in fact, one of the few pills that are recommended for women to take is the COVID vaccine. That's pretty much it. It's probably like one of the few wonders of modern medicine which pregnant women can have, right? But all jokes aside, like, usually everything is not recommended for pregnant women to take. Like, if they can, right, they're not supposed to drink, they're not supposed to smoke, they're not supposed to take Nurofen, they're not supposed to take a lot of things. Now, in the case of them having a fever or whatever, the only, or pain, the only recommended stuff that they can have was paracetamol, right? So, basically Tylenol. Now, studies show that, okay, well, maybe it's not okay. Now, if I was a woman, right, and I hear this, now what I would do is, like, either go like, man, whatever, okay, like, I don't believe Donald Trump. I believe the first doctors. I believe all the doctors up until Donald Trump. That's a reasonable take, and I'm going to explain why. But it is a take, right? Other women can be, no, I do believe what Donald Trump says, and so I'm going to stop taking it. Okay, that's a reasonable take as well. The unreasonable take is to film yourself on TikTok chugging down the substance. Because the reality is they don't fucking know either. And I'll tell you something else, chat. Most of the doctors don't know. Over 90% of the doctors don't know. Why do the doctors don't know? It's because, well, we study from a med school textbook, right? And in the med school textbook, it tells you that there was an experiment. It describes how Tylenol works, and that's pretty much it. But you don't actually see the experiment. You don't actually look at the microscope. You don't actually notice how it affects patients. And then there's like certain things that aren't studied or taken into consideration. Like, for example, what I hear is like, what if Tylenol interacts with other medical things, right? So, like, for instance, let's say the baby has a vaccine, right? And the baby develops a fever. And, like, his body, developing a fever means that his body's trying to fight something. And you give him aspirin. Or you give him Tylenol, right? Fever goes down. His body's not fighting what the fuck he was supposed to be fighting. Like, do you see the problem? Right? Like, maybe there's some interactions. I don't fucking know. Like, even as a doctor, you can see the study, but if there's, like, two studies contradicting each other, which one do you pick? Right? Because you're not there doing the study. You're not talking with the people. You're not there seeing how and not to mention, you're a doctor. You're not a pharmacologist, right? Like, you don't actually see the chemical compound of the pill, how it interacts with things, blah, 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 blah. And so you gotta have faith. That's what you do. You have faith in the protocol, right? Like if the protocol tells you something, you do that. But like here's the other side of the coin. Big Pharma is a billion-dollar industry, right? Like whomever produces Tylenol is making millions of dollars. Do you not think that they will be against the idea of limiting their merchandise? Like that there's not financial interest to maintain the status quo? Now, before you answer, we can go back in past and we can look at other things. We can look at what was it called? Lobotomies, right? Like lobotomies for a while were recommended by doctors and were also like supported by the government. And there were a group of fringe lunatics that were talking against lobotomies, and they were saying, no, it's not a good idea to lobotomize people. And at the time, they were laughed at, you know, they were joked at, and it turns out they were right. The tobacco industry, same shit happened. You know, doctors smoke Camel. There were a couple of fringe weirdos that were saying, well, actually, smoking can have certain side effects. It's not good, don't do it. They were laughed at. Turns out that they were right. Castrating kids. A lot of people were with like, maybe not, it's not a good idea, you know, like maybe those hormones that you give them, those were marginalized, fired, sacked. Okay? So like, what I'm saying is like, when sometimes, you know, like sometimes an audit of the science should probably be done. I don't know if it's, because like, I'm not a pharmacologist, I don't see the experiments, I'm not running the studies, right? But like every 20 years or so, like maybe we should audit, and maybe we should see whether or not everything that's given is correct. Because I'll tell you something else, you know? Without looking at studies, without looking at everything, I look around myself and I see a lot of people that are fat. They're fucking fat. And they're fat to the point where they try to go up a bunch of stairs and they go gasping for breath as if they're about to end up in a hospital. And that's not normal, right? And you would wonder, it's like, well, hold on a little bit. Like, why are these people fat? Well, it's because they sit too much indoors. Okay, but like my parents sat too much indoors. And they weren't fat. And their generation wasn't fat. So like, what the fuck is happening now that people are fat? Like, if we are in the world of the science and the world of pharmaceuticals and everything is scientific and we know everything, why is it that now that we know everything, people are fat, and back when we didn't know everything, people were fit? What makes this difference, right? Somewhere, at some point, someone is fucking it up. And they probably have to do with the science. And by the way, hormones in the water, oh my fucking god. Okay, look, I understand. The American filtration system is bad, okay? Your very last problem is the hormones in the water. If you have someone that chugs fentanyl, that guy pisses too, okay? If you have someone taking la cocaína, that guy pisses too. Your literally last worry on planet Earth is the fact that there are hormones in the water when you probably have like hardcore drugs in the water. If they can't filter out even the hormones and stuff, they're not going to be able to filter out much of anything. So like if you're generally concerned about hormones in the water, the solution is not to get women to stop taking the pill, okay? The solution is to upgrade your filtration system. But I notice like this with Americans a lot. It's like they don't like the fact that women take the pill, and now they're looking for reasons on why women shouldn't take the pill. And then when they find reasons that are genuinely concerning, like for example, there's hormones in the water, the solution wouldn't be to stop telling women to take the pill. The solution would be like, upgrade your fucking filtration system because you live in Scat Francisco and there's a lot worse things in that water than the hormones. Anyway. How the fuck are people so pissed at the Tylenol shit? It's because it's with Trump, that's why. Literally that. In the town I live, they pour so much chlorine in the tap water, it smells like a pharmacy. I never drink tap water. I always take bottled water, specifically because of that, but then I realized, hold on a little bit. Yeah, I don't drink tap water, but when I make a soup, oh shit, I use water. Oh, fuck. I don't know what to say, though. I mean, the thing is, like, Americans Americans don't really care about health? I mean, they do, but they really don't. Like what I mean by this is that they care about identity politics. They care about social justice. They care about feminism. They care about banning porn. They care about the hormones in the water, abortion. But they don't really care about, like, the quality of water, which should be, like, the very basic. I'm willing to bet if you had, like, a politician, like a Democrat, and he said, hey, vote for me, and I'll fix your water filtration system, no one would change their vote. Like, people that vote Democrat would still vote Democrat. People that vote Republican would still vote Republican. Like, what he says would be a meh. When in reality, it would probably be, like, the most beneficial change that Americans as a whole could make for the next decades. Like, changing the filtration system for the water. Like, making sure that the water isn't poisoned. Like, that guy could also be, like, the most Marxist person ever. But, like, if he changes the filtration system, you should vote for him. Like, seriously, like, it would improve your health. How much water can you really clean by yourself? I mean, you don't really clean the water, right? Like, what you do is, like, you buy bottled water. But, like, even the bottled water, the problem is, like, depends where you buy it from. Because if they also have chlorine in the water, then what's the point? Someone says you can put your own filters under the sink. Okay, let me ask ChatGPT if it's possible. Like, if they actually pour chloride in the water. Okay, so if they pour chloride in the water, no, sorry, it's not chloride, right? Jesus, it's chlorium, I think. Can I get a filtration system at the sink for it? Chlorine. Okay, I knew that it's a compound. Yes, you can filter it at the sink. Okay, draw me a picture where on the left is an evil-looking government employee that glows green in the dark, dropping chlorium in the water, and on the left there is a smug-looking lady that installs a filtration system in her kitchen. Absurd resolution, dramatic motion lines, dramatic lighting, shonen style. No, not shonen style. What else should we get? We got the absurd resolution, dramatic motion blur. Yes, motion blur. God ray. And I think like this covers it, right? 90s clothing. Chat, this is what the government does to you, and this is my solution. Since there's a lot of people worried about drinking the piss of their mother, which is on the pill, the water filtration system. And this is how you can fight it. See, like, this would be a good thumbnail. Here it comes. Why does it take so much? Did the CIA found out about it? Like, is the CIA on my line right now? Trying to throttle my connection? See, like, this kills all the hype. Like, I'm the hype man. I was hyping it up. If this was grokky, I would have already had the picture. But because it's ChatGPT, it's going to take a couple of years. I'm going to try Gemini as well. I think Gemini can actually do a better job than ChatGPT. ChatGPT is like the second worst at drawing shit. Gemini is the best, ChatGPT is the second, and Grok is the third. But anyway, we're getting the image. Chat, stop jogging, stop doing whatever you're doing and look at the screen. It's happening, right? Like we're getting the evil government versus the Chad liberalist. Right? Like, notice how the government is part of the we, right? Like, we must purify the water. We And the liberalist is I can protect myself. I have the ability to protect myself and my family by installing the water filtration system at the sink. There we go, right? So you get the government putting the chlorine, right? Like this is the we must, we need. This is these are Sargon's people, right? This is academic agent. This is the British, you know, for the public good, like for our community, for us. And this is my family. It's for myself, for me. I don't care what you do. You know, everyone else can burn to hell. I have the solution for myself. If someone else gets sick, that is excellent for my child, because now my child has a step up, right? By people dying, my kid can now be elevated. So, perfect liberalist ideology. Yeah, libertarian. Lolbertarian. This is the lolbertarian, and this is the we, the collectivist, right? Like, they're for the public good. I'm from the individual better, for my good. Let's see actually what Gemini would draw. Hold on, like I'm actually curious. Gemini would probably draw something even better. Yeah, this is the power of AI memeing. Let's go with Gemini and see if they do a better job. Oh, we got access to Gemini Professional. I think Gemini is actually going to draw me real people. Okay, so we got the same prompt. We got draw me a picture where on the left is an evil-looking government employee that glows green in the dark, and on the right we got the lady, which is installing her filtration system. See how fast? Look how better. Isn't this much better? This is so fucking much better. I don't know why the woke AI that used to draw you the black woman as a pope is now able to draw something sexy. Draw on the left the hormones in the water from the pill, and on the right draw me the Chad American citizen who is a lolbertarian that installed a water filtration system. Absurd resolution, God ray, motion lines, vibrant neon colors, 2010 clothing. I wonder if it will draw it. Like, it would probably refuse it. Oh no, it's taking, okay, well, shit. The hormones in the water from the pill. Chat, look at this shit. Look at it, right? Look at it. Isn't it, to you, like, this should be you, chat. If this is not you, you're watching my channel in vain. If you know that this shit is in the water, and you're not doing this in your house, how can I help you, chat? I'm already trying. I can't do more than this. I can't do more than this, but like, this is what you need to do, right? You need to filter your water, and all of a sudden, it doesn't matter what else is there. I got Yelder, a furry? I got a furry. Holy shit, I got a furry, chat. And it gave me $20. What do I do with them? Thank you for the buyer's remorse content. Well, you're welcome, Yelder. Thank you. Thank you so much. You need water filtration here for the calcium, yes. This is better comic art than real comics, I know. Freedom water. That's 2010 clothing. Look, the AI isn't, I mean, why wouldn't it be 2010 clothing? Hold on a little bit. Why wouldn't it be? It's just a shirt and, sorry about that. Yeah, it's just a shirt and short pants. Well, People didn't wear this in 2010? Freedom water. Oh my god. Draw me a plane with an evil government agent in the back spraying a substance that leaves a chemtrail. Next to him, there is another government agent, female, voluptuous, who is online, who is on her phone calling people conspiracy theorists. Were my view, absurd resolution, dramatic motion, motion blur, depth of field, motion lines, neon colors, beautiful clouds, beautiful sunset. Let's see, chat. Am I conspiring here? What the fuck? I don't think it got the. Hold on. From inside the plane. You know what? Good enough. To be fair, I did ask for too much. Anyway, welcome to the show, bipedal species. Unfortunately, you are too late because I was just about to close up shop. Lizon Ruine, hype, and buyer's remorse. Well, thank you, Lizon. I did try my best to generate hype. Anyway, chat, listen. Tomorrow, 1 hour from now, 1 hour and a half actually, 1 hour and a half from now, tomorrow, I will be streaming. So if you can set your clocks right now, I will be here. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it.